Do any scholars among the viewers know whether this one was put on, whether a production of this one was actually put on? This one's really great. I wouldn't underestimate this play. Like, it's actually genuinely funny, and I feel like it's actually really great for the new year. Turns out I read it just right before we enter the year 2022, which is an insane year to reach. And I wonder if 1970 felt that way. Hey everybody, just wanted to both brag that I acquired this and then also recommend it to all budding playwrights and poem fans out there. So I've liked Kenneth Koch basically ever since I've liked John Ashbery because John Ashbery talked about him. I knew from that video on YouTube that Kenneth Koch wrote plays, and I liked the play that he read, and I liked the joy that he seemed to get out of reading that play on that show, you know, the USA Poetry Show on YouTube. And so I'm in town and I'm at my favorite used bookstore and I see this gargantuan book. The Banquet, it is called. The Complete Plays, Films, and Librettos of Kenneth Koch. And by the time you're at the end of the volume and the editors of the volume are saying who they're grateful to, you're on page 634, holy crap. What was I saying? You'll notice that between page 390 and 391, there's lots of photographs of, you know, Kenneth Koch with people who, I really like, there's the picture I like. I like this one where he's right there. Kadum. He's right there in the middle of all these people. That's the cast photo for the construction of Boston. Shortly before the pictures happen is the start of 1,000 avant-garde plays, which has some of my favorite things. So you've got plays starting from Pericles, which is a really early one that the book says is one that I put a heart by, the moon balloon. So you start with Pericles, which is one that the book says that Kenneth Koch himself really liked. Then you go all the way to Edward and Christine, which is from the mid-90s, I think 1996. And then you get the 1,000 avant-garde plays, which has really good versions of Little Red Riding Hood that I've been gushing about to people on the phone. And then you get the films, and then you get the librettos. And the librettos contains The Banquet, which is the last thing in the book, and I think they edited it that way so that it would go out with a bang or something. And then, yeah, that Garibaldi and Cecile is entirely in French. This is the one that he reads on that, this is one of the, I think, two that he reads on that USA Poetry episode. Golly, I've watched that thing a lot of times. I recommend this one. Cufflinks, O-Solids, and stuff. Our iced man. Longtime viewers of the channel will know that I like these paragraphs that look like this. I've been reading this one to just about anyone I can find. Do you think it's probable that I show too much of the inside of the book and that's not, like, within the confines of excerpting for review's sake, and that maybe someone at Coffee House Press will come and get me and be like, you excerpted too much and people saw too much of it? Nah, I don't think so. Because this is 640 pages and there's like no way I can give you a sufficient taste, from this that you won't want to actually like buy it, I think. So I think I'm actually doing them a favor. So on pages 530 and 531, you see other things that I love to read to people out loud. I've been reading these things, just like I've been reading that other piece, Youth, from here, out loud to people on the phone while I'm stuck here. I love it when the 1960s walks in and says, I'm the 1960s, look at me. You think soon that I will just be history. You think I'm leaving, but to fool you all, I'm going to hide inside. I got this thing for like literally $5 or $6. No, actually that's a joke. It was $8. The picture on the front is from, I think, an Italian production of The Banquet. In short, and not just due to this book's length, I'm more satisfied by it than by any of the books of poetry from Kenneth Koch that I've read thus far. Although I haven't really read those in full, so please don't trust me. People who want to read this book, you know who you are. Just go out there and grab it. It's going to be real expensive if you don't find it used like I did, though, because, new this thing is like $35. But even if you can't get a book like this, read a book similar to it, and or read a book very different from it, and happy reading, and thanks. This has been Leafy Concern. Paragraphs that look like this. I've been reading this one to just about anyone I can find.